Ciao a tutti, it's Aram, and today we will be looking at every single top that happened in HAT format during 2022 and 2023, and the first half of 2023 at least, in online tournaments, and we will be counting how many tops each deck got. So on the first row we have Sidra Effect, which definitely can top, but nobody runs the deck. Then we have Volzors, which in my opinion are the worst deck in this entire list. I already gathered one top and two top decks because there's a lot of them and I want to get this done. I don't want to spend 3 hours in the video going, where is it? Yeah, that. No. One fat list, it's actually fact with card car. It says Lions list from Mortal Monthly 3. You know, cool top again, but yeah, people running Fair Fist right now, running other variants. Hunters, they are played quite a lot in format library tournaments, but they don't top much. Rat, Ride an Artifact Tricks, that's me, that's my top. And I didn't want to bother adding stuff to the tier list I already made. So I put our moral attack here. It's Eat, the list with Eccentric Boy, makes Zera, you know, runs Thunder Dragon. That version of at 2 tops we have Constant Artifacts, which will probably get 3 soon enough because I'm running the deck and I'm trying to get new people to run the deck. And hey, you should run the deck, it's totally based and cool and whatever. 2 Battling Boxer tops. If you go to MMN top decks, you cannot find it, but it's on format library because there's it got decent results at an exit on elimination, so it got added in. 2 Chamber tops. These are both Lee Murphys. 2 Chaos Horn tops. These are, I think, Blab and Zitalos. Who Needs Meta? The other guy from Who Needs Meta. Top with the deck too. Fire Tricks, but these are both recent with Snaffs. I cannot speak right now. Snaffs as the pilot. 2 Nimble Mermail tops from Kizaru Lived during a while ago. Deck isn't really run much anymore, but you know, it could top again if people ran it. Insectors, both are by Molson. I gathered them both together, if even if one is with artifacts, one without. Ghost Ricks, it's actually 3 tops Ghost Ricks, but I didn't have both variants here in this version of the tier list, so this is Ghost Rick Artifacts. Ghost Rick Spirits will be counted with Spirits because it's more of a Spirit deck than anything, than a Ghost Rick deck. And 2 Spellbook World tops. Regular Spellbook is played a lot more. And 2 Koaki Fist tops. Deck can top decently. It's topped recently, so yeah. It's one of the best rogue decks in the format, in my opinion, alongside stuff like Fire Tricks and Side Effect and Chaos Sworn. And you know, you could count Evil Sworns as rogue. I don't really, maybe right now. And there's also Lightsworn Ruler, which, spoiler alert, isn't getting more tops. Wow, that deck fell off. There's also Cat with a K that doesn't have any tops here. Although you could count some because the Tiger Soldier for a good while ran Cat with 3 card cards and 2 Curry Bandits. And I didn't count those as Cat. I just counted them as I counted those as just regular Cat with a C, the one that everyone knows, not the one from 2014 that nobody is running anymore, and that in my opinion is just worse than the Lightsworn variant. So yeah, let's get into the decks with a little bit more tops. At 3 tops we have Gyugia Karakuri and Worms. Where are they? There we go. Worms. I'm just gonna lump all the worm lists here because it doesn't really matter. You can just run whatever engines with worms and it's fine. Worms are a fine rogue deck. It's interesting that all three lists are different and different pilots, but the deck hasn't topped in quite a while. I don't think it has topped ever in 2023. I think those were all late 2022. But you know, it's a fine deck. Solid, if a bit inconsistent for a control deck, because you know the main weakness of worms is you cannot really run duality effectively because it conflicts with worms, and you're kind of relying on 2-card combos, because Sex by itself is fine but not very strong, and W Nebula Meteorite by itself is dead. So yeah. Gyriakuris one was very, very old. One then by Bank1W and one by me. And yeah, the deck is just mostly worse Kyrgyz. Like, it's a little bit better against spellbooks and Lightsworn Rulers. Like, overall, it's just has worse matchups across the board. Next at 4 wins we have Sylvans. I did not see this coming. I thought it would be more. Honestly, I remember there being more. Actually, I'm gonna double check on Mortal Mountain in case one didn't make it on format library. Nope, it's 4 alright. And 2 are Spiral's trap builds, and 1 is Bank1W's frankly atrocious list. So, like, in terms of classic Sylvans, there's only really one top by SRB back in 2022. But you know, I think Spiral's build of Sylvans is very interesting and fine. It's good. It's a good way to play the deck, in my opinion. But if you're looking for more regular lists from 2014, they aren't really topping a lot at all, and they aren't being played too much, especially right now. I usually see them early rounds in tournaments, especially a couple of months ago. But yeah, Sylvan's not the best deck right now. At 5 tops we have Spirits, 4 with 3 Spirit hands, 1 pure and 1 with Ghost Tricks. But, you know, 4 and 1, because like hands don't really change that much. It's the Ghost Trick build that is like a lot different from the other build. And also, surprisingly enough, where is it? Mythic Rulers. They also only have 5 tops, which is not indicative of how strong the deck is, in my opinion. But you know, you gotta keep in mind, 1, the deck has never had a lot of pilots, and 2, it's the hardest deck of the format to run. So yeah, it's like, again, this video is the amount of tops is not indicative to deck's strength. Stuff like Side Effect, Stellars, Mythics, they definitely are stronger than the amount of tops they have. But you know, it does take into account popularity a lot, at least in terms of playing a deck. So yeah. Ironically, you know what deck got 6 tops, even though it's definitely a weaker deck, in my opinion, and in most people's opinions. Heretic Rulers. Some more control-y lists, some more combo lists. But some with hands in the side deck. But yeah, Hieratic Rulers is a pretty good combo deck in the format. And the other deck with 6 tops is where is it? Where is he? No, seriously, I cannot find it. Yeah, there we go. Evil Swarms. Yep. Has more root tops than Mythic Rulers. That's ironic. Yeah. Deck right now is not the best, but it's the easiest deck in the format to top with because you don't really need skill. It's just luck. It's just gambling. Like, gamble enough and you will win sometimes. You will lose overall, but because you don't learn enough. You don't get better, but still it is what it is. Then at 7 tops we have the final combo deck that we are going to be talking about. See, this is why I put all the 1 and 2 top lists immediately, so I don't have to do this shit. Infernities, and we also have Het. Good old-fashioned Het. Het is kind of just the deck that pros use to style a bit, and Infernity. It's Infernities. Like, even if the deck is not topping a lot right now, it's still fine. It's okay. I think it only has 1 top in 2023 though, maybe 2, but yeah, it's not doing too hot right now. Then we have at 8 tops. I'm lumping all of the variants together because we would be here all day if we counted every single variant of Madolches by itself. A lot of them are by Guari. Probably half the Madolche tops are Guari, and most of the other half is just Griffin. I think he has 2 tops. There's the 60 card build, hands, hand traps. Ironically, Erfalco has my favorite list of Madolches that has stopped. I don't know how you do that. When Erfalco has the cleanest list, you know you've fucked up. No real shit, it's fine. I don't like the 60 card build, but ignoring my bias against randomly putting artifacts in decks without synergy, the other lists are fine. The other lists besides the 60 card lists. But yeah. Now we're gonna start adding rows. I didn't wanna spoil because now we start getting into not consecutive amount of tops. And first off, we have 12 tops. What do we have? It's a tie, and it's not gonna be the last tie, funny enough, between Spellbooks without World and everyone's favorite helmet deck, Boojins. I'm joking. Yeah. Spellbooks, most of the Spellbook tops are very recent. Right now it's like the last tournament, it was the most represented deck, which is kind of insane. It's getting a lot of tops right now. I didn't get a lot in 2022. And the first few tops besides the actual first were with the world build, and that's when the world tops come from, mid 2022. Meanwhile, Blue Jeans, they did get 1 top in Mortal Kombat Monthly 1. You won't find it on MM tops, but when me and Jazz started putting shit on Format Library, we investigated on what the remaining top 4 deck was, and it was Poison with Bujins. So Extra cannot. Extra isn't the actual first person to start topping with Bujins, but he did get like probably 9 or 10 of these 12 tops, so I'm gonna cut him some slack. He's okay. Alright, next up we have 25 tops. Third place is Kyrgios. I didn't count between which builds ran the hands and which didn't. I'm just lumping all Georgia in at one, besides Georgia Karakuri, obviously. But yeah, Georgia has consistently been the most represented deck. Funny enough, for the first half of 2022, it never topped. Never. Like, it was a bit of a meme that, like, all of the Georgia pilots were shit, and so the deck never topped, even if it's strong. And now it has some strong pilots, but it is heavily represented, but it doesn't top. The top cut conversion rate isn't that strong because a lot of noobs are playing Georgia. But yeah, and also Psych. It's actually tied for second with Mermel. Yes. I am not rounding up. I'm not rounding stuff. They really are tied. There really are 2 tops like this. So cool. But yeah, Mermels, like Georgias, they didn't top at the start of 2022, but that was mostly because people didn't run it. But and for a long while, it was just Swagger running the deck, or at least stopping with the deck. And then after like half a year, everyone started running the deck, and now it's probably one of the most popular decks of the format. For a while, it was the most popular. In terms of top cut conversion rate, I think it's probably only second to Spellbooks right now. And Spellbooks are kind of carried by the fact that most of the people who play Spellbooks are already pros at the format, so that's fine. But yeah, at first place, at the surprise of absolutely fucking no one, it's the Cat in the Hat with a bat, and I don't remember if that's all the quote, but yeah, it's Cat. I kind of lumped in all of the decks with card, artifact, and trap tricks, regardless of if they're standard or running other techs like Zombie World Super Poly, Instant Fusion, Majesty's Fiend. I didn't put Fact, but that's the only exception. Yeah, Cat right now is not in the best shape, but for all of 2022, it got at least 1 top per event. At least more attack monthlies. I think there was only 1 exception, and often there were multiple tops. So yeah, honestly, its spot as number 1 might be in danger. I'm not entirely sure it will hold on to it by the end of the year, unless people start running it again. But yeah, that was allocated to. Sorry. All of the amount of tops that decks got in the format. Interesting decks that didn't get any. Oh, sorry, forgot. 3.5 Axis Firefist. Shit. I'm sorry, Blab. Whoopsie. Shit, now I have to see on this. No, I'm just kidding. Interesting decks that never got any tops. Darkhults are a decent deck. Fire Kings are a okay deck. Frogs are a kinda decent rogue deck. honestly. Kinda underrated. Um, Heraldic Beasts kinda shared the top with Gadgets because they're basically the same deck. um, let's see. Laval Artifacts, kinda surprising. Cat with a K, kinda surprising, kinda not. Like no one is running the deck, but if anyone run the deck, it might top because it's Artifact Sharptrix at the end of the day. Zombies, a little bit of a surprise there. The Encadebury Boxers are separate from Boxers, you know. I guess there's fact. I guess can replace, but who cares? Who the fuck cares? And yeah, that's it from me. Leave a like, join the Discord, leave a comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all the good shit, and go.